Welcome to the DeKalb Makes Recycling Simple partnership event. I am Pauline A. Andrea, Public Information Officer for DeKalb County Government Sanitation Division. I extend a special welcome to all dignitaries in attendance today. From DeKalb County Government, I'd like to welcome Interim CEO Lee May, District 7 Commissioner Stan Watson, District 3 Commissioner Mary Johnson, Commissioner Nancy Justice Representative Ron Johnson, and employees from various county departments and divisions. Representing the Sanitation Division are Assistant Public Works Director Charles Mason and Keep DeKalb Beautiful Program Manager Gordon Birkat. From the DeKalb County School District, I'd like to welcome Director of Communications Quinn Hudson, Greg Goodwin, Principal of the Reedon High School, students, teachers, members of the Reedon High School Marching Band and Jazz Ensemble, under the guidance and direction of Lorenzo Moore, Band Director. I'd also like to extend a special welcome to Reverend Hetman Hayes, Staff Pastor at the Greater Piney Grove Baptist Church in Atlanta, who will lead us in prayer shortly, and who is filling in for Reverend Dr. William Flippin Sr., Senior Pastor at Greater Piney Grove Baptist Church in Atlanta. He was not able to make it here today. It is a distinct pleasure sharing in this momentous occasion as we celebrate this important partnership between the DeKalb County Government and the DeKalb County School District. The partnership's primary focus, highlighting the recently approved Intergovernmental Agreement between the DeKalb County Government and the DeKalb County School District, allows for the provision of solid waste collection and disposal services for the school district schools and facilities. An additional but critical component of the partnership is advancing recycling education and efforts within the school district schools and facilities. The county views this partnership as a unique and incredible opportunity to advance its quest to reducing the amount of solid waste sent to the county's Seminole Road landfill and increasing recycling participation within our communities. Keep DeKalb Beautiful, also known as KDB, the community outreach arm of DeKalb County Sanitation Division, serves as the county's leading nonprofit entity bringing people together to build and sustain clean and vibrant communities. On behalf of the Sanitation Division, the KDB team is spearheading the DeKalb Makes Recycling Simple partnership with the school district. KDB's resources and network of community-based affiliates are instrumental in creating sustainable partnerships with communities across DeKalb County. KDB's signature recycling program, DeKalb Recycle Single Stream, has created sustainable recycling partnerships. Environmental stewardship continues to be the hallmark of KDB's existence. KDB's focus on litter reduction, reducing waste, increasing recycling, protecting public spaces, community education, and fostering environmental changes in communities across DeKalb County creates a shared purpose of community building and raises awareness for the continued need to empower communities and advance our environmental stewardship goals, including those aimed at increasing recycling. Sharing the universal and common purpose of similar entities across the nation through its mission, vision, outreach, and impact, KDB helps create communities that are environmentally healthy. KDB is an integral part of advancing the recycling component of this intergovernmental agreement and will be instrumental in advancing the school recycling partnership for years to come. The Sanitation Division's mission is simple: to facilitate cost-effective, timely, and sustainable recycling and solid waste collection and disposal services aimed at ensuring an aesthetically pleasing community for residents and commercial entities to work, live, and play. We're delighted to advance this mission through a collaboration with the school district and encourage communities to engage in the dialogue promoting the importance and benefits of recycling. We should each accept our personal responsibility in protecting our environment. Collectively, we can make a difference in our communities. At this time, I'd like to welcome Reverend Staff Pastor Hetman Hayes, who is filling in for Reverend William E. Flippin Sr., and he'll provide the event's inspirational message.
Thank you. How's everybody today? Thank you, Ms. Andrea. I want to indeed thank each of you and certainly my senior pastor, Dr. William E. Flippin Sr., for allowing me to stand in his stead. As mentioned, serve as staff pastor in charge of care and counseling there at the Greater Piney Grove Baptist Church. I am also a DeKalb County resident, so I do appreciate the sanitation department. Got my letter about the new changes that's coming about as well. Let's give this Redan High School band another round of applause. Mr. Band Director, I think I heard some way back from my era. Was that little Herbie Hancock? Okay, yeah. Or make my mind run back. I played first year trumpet, so I started to jump on over there and come get with you a little bit, okay? Maybe I'll come and do some West Side Story of Man on La Marcha at some point, okay? All right. As we prepare now for this prayer, let us do so just by me offering just a few words of in meditation and encouragement as you go forth with this partnership. Those of you, probably most of us who over a certain age remember, we've just passed a time what we call Easter Resurrection Sunday. And there used to be a program that came on during this time every year that talked about the Egyptian going out of bondage. And there's, in the book of Exodus, talks about after the children of Egypt have come out of bondage, there were a couple of things that took place. You will remember how God parted the Red Sea and all the people came out. Well, after then, there was an opportunity for three things to happen for those people. One was a celebration in that they had been delivered and come out of the hands of bondage. And so in that 15th chapter of Exodus, you'll see where there was a celebration with Moses and everyone celebrating their exit. Then upon their exiting, a lot of times once we celebrate, we were running into some difficult situations because they were drinking some bitter water. And so the people started complaining and said that this water is bitter, what are we going to do? And so there was a tree, you know the story, a tree broken down and thrown to the water. The water was made sweet. And so we say to you that secondly, besides celebration, there's innovation. And so we just encourage you to continue to be innovative. The department, sanitation, to be innovative in ways you're doing things to make not only the partnership between the sanitation department and the school district, but also for all us residents in terms of making a better quality of life. And then lastly, we saw in that passage some dedication. Once there was some celebration and some innovation, it asks that we remain dedicated to what we've chosen, what you've decided to do. And so I just want to leave that with you. Celebrate. A lot of times we focus on what has not happened, but we encourage you to celebrate the accomplishments in DeKalb County, in the sanitation department, then continue to be innovative, and then continue to be dedicated. And so now as we go in prayer, let us bow our heads. Eternal God, we come recognizing that you indeed are the source of our strength, and you indeed are the strength of our lives. And we come with this opportunity that you've allowed this partnership to take place as they launch out to the genesis of this partnership. We ask, dear God, that they allow you to guide them. You're one we call by many names, but we know that we respect the fact and recognize the fact that if we don't allow you first in our lives, then what can we do? And so we thank you for allowing this leadership, for the sanitation department to be here. We thank you for our CEO, for all the commissioners and who are here, and all those who play a vital part in the enhancing the quality of life in DeKalb County as well as our school district. We pray now that even sometimes when there may be differences, you allow them to differ without being disagreeable, disagree without being disagreeable. We pray, dear God, that any other side of prayer requests that may exist, you answer those prayer requests as well. As now we launch forward, before this meeting begins, we invite and invoke your presence. These and many other things we ask in your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Hayes. At this time, I'd like to welcome the event's keynote speaker, DeKalb County Interim CEO May, who will now address the audience.
All right. Good afternoon. Can you all hear me okay? Good afternoon. We got a whole lot of young folk in this room right here, and I know y'all could be in your classrooms. You prefer to be in here or in your classrooms? Here, right here. Okay, so let's get a little bit more energy. My name is Lee May, and I'm the interim CEO here in DeKalb County, and we are excited to have this program here for you today. You may wonder exactly what we are doing here. We are acknowledging the partnership between DeKalb County Government and DeKalb County Schools, which is critical where our sanitation department is concerned. Today we're promoting recycling. Our theme is DeKalb Makes Recycling Simple. It's simple. Even though many people don't partake in recycling, it's really a simple effort that really would yield great benefits in our lives. So how many students, you all take out the trash to the curb or to the receptacle in your neighborhood? And how many of you all have to do that a couple of times a week? Well, the changes that we are making in DeKalb County would actually help you all out, where you don't have to take it to the curb a couple of times a week. You can do it once. The Board of Commissioners in DeKalb County, with my recommendation, voted to approve the change in sanitation service delivery, which means typically a truck, a sanitation truck, would go in and out your neighborhoods 4 times a week. And now with the changes, that will be reduced to 1 time a week, where you will put out your solid waste, your trash, you will put out your recycling, and then any kind of yard trimmings you have for that week, you will put it all out 1 time for the week. Now that's major for us because that would allow us to be more sustainable, make our sanitation department a lot more efficient and cost-effective as well. And actually, at the end of the day, it's going to save you and your parents some money, which I think everybody's excited about that as well. But we entered into this intergovernmental agreement with the school system last year, which started out, currently we have 50 schools that are participating in our recycling efforts in DeKalb. And it's our goal to increase it from 50 to 139 schools, which would represent over 10,000 classrooms. Now that's major. That's our county and the school system working together to make us a more environmental friendly county. It's going to help us preserve our landfill, which our landfill is where we take all of your trash. And it's our county dump, as some of you all would refer it to be. So this partnership is critical, and this year we will be changing that service delivery to 1 day a week pickup, which means you and your house would have to do more in terms of recycling. So the plastics, the paper, the other things that you would typically put in with your regular trash, you would separate it for separate recycling that you would put out on the same day. So we're all about educating that effort in DeKalb County, and the partnership with the schools is critical, but because through you in the classrooms, you will help to communicate that relationship and the work that we're doing, as well as in every school. It is our goal to have everyone in the schools participate in recycling. So we're excited about that. I have my colleagues on the Board of Commissioners here, Commissioner Watson, you'll hear from him later, Commissioner Larry Johnson, you'll hear from him later as well, and Commissioner Nancy Jester's office is represented, and you'll be hearing from them as well. So we're excited about this relationship. It may be something that's not that exciting to you, but trust me, it's exciting for the future of our county. And we want our county to be a green county, a sustainable county, one that is really concerned about our environment. And that's what this relationship is about here today. So without that, we're going to move on with the program. We have Commissioner Watson that's coming up here next, and I think Pauline, Andrea is going to actually take us through the agenda.
Thank you, CEO May. Next on the agenda, we had Superintendent Thurman, who was supposed to be here today, but is not able to be here. So in his place, Tony Blackman will say a few words to the audience.
Thank you, Pauline. I'd like to recognize Redan School Jazz Ensemble and Drumline, 40 students under the direction of Don Roberts, music coordinator. Redan's music program has been rated superior for 10 years by the Georgia Music Educators Association. We are privileged today to have Assistant Principal Kirsten Scott and more than 4 dozen students from DECA who are members of the Earth Tomorrow program. We're here today to celebrate the success of the school recycling partnership and officially announce the intergovernmental agreement between DeKalb County Government and DeKalb County School District. The recycling initiative was created to provide new and interesting educational opportunities for students K through 12 by simply teaching students to make the choice to divert consumed material for reuse and to reduce DeKalb County School District's sanitation expenses. We're currently recycling at approximately 50 of our schools and centers. Our target is to introduce recycling to the majority of our schools no later than January of 2018. We're excited about the partnership and we look forward to the program's growth. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. At this time, I'd like to welcome District 7 Commissioner Stan Watson, who will now address the audience.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. I'd like to say good afternoon to everyone. I'm going to ask my presiding officer, Mr. Larry Johnson, to come up with me as we just say a few words. I'd like to say hello to Lorenzo. Great job that you're doing in my church. Remember, I thought Dr. Goodwin was here also. At the back, okay, all right, good to see you as well. We'd like to just take a little bit of time and reiterate the purpose of the event to celebrate the success of the school recycling partnership and officially announce the intergovernmental agreement which commissioners approved, I think just last week. We are here to say that we are happy that we have an agreement that will provide solid waste collection and disposal service to the district schools and to the district. The most important thing I think that I have to reiterate that the CEO said is that we only have 50 schools right now. So we have a job to do to make sure that all 139 schools are a part of our recycling program. In that, we also hope that we have a caveat, and I will talk to the CEO and also to Mr. Gordon Birkat about a little bit of education about our environment and litter control while we get a chance to be in the school. So we don't often get a chance to be in the school. So if we're going to be in the school, we also need to talk about litter control and those things that affect our environment in and up around the highways and byways here in DeKalb County, our state routes as well as our local routes. So I'm here just to emphasize that it's a critical element that we have passed this year with the intergovernmental agreement with our school system, and hope that our ongoing services with our intergovernmental agreement will be one that we can have success with, and also will be something that our children and our environment and also our seniors will be proud of. Commissioner.
Thank you. Let's give Commissioner Watson, he's our chairman of the Public Works Committee. Let's give him a hand.
Thank you.
So you can talk trash to him whenever you want to. I want to thank our interim CEO for what he's done in terms of the foresight of moving us forward. I've been doing once a week, I think for 2 years now. We want to trial neighborhoods to be part of this program. So it has reduced our garbage. Now we recycle more. It's like second nature in terms of what we do. So we're talking about reusing, recycling, and reducing in our community. So I'm excited about this partnership with our school system. You all about to get out of school in May, and a lot of you all are happy. So we have a whole summer to look at recycling and litter patrol and pickup. So we need everybody's help in this effort. Sometimes we just see trash and things on the street and we just go past it. But you know what? Like I see it, you see other people from other communities that come in our area, and when you see trash and litter in our community, what do people think? What do they think about you? So part of what we have to do is reclaim our communities from trash and use our recycling as an opportunity with our partnership with our schools to make a difference. So I implore you to let's work together. Thank you, Mr. Thurman, in your absence. Thank you, Interim CEO, for getting this partnership together. Thank you, Commissioner Watson, for your leadership at the committee level. But we have to make sure that we come out strong, and this is the first initiative that we can do. So thank you all for your time, and this is just the beginning of future partnerships. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners Watson and Johnson. At this time, I'd like to welcome Ron Johnson, who is filling in for District 1 Commissioner Nancy Jester, who couldn't be here today.
Thank you, everyone. Great job by these students. Give them a hand. Give them a hand. Great job. I didn't know we were coming and we're going to be able to dance today, so you guys were great. Commissioner Jester couldn't be here today. She had a planned meeting with some about 30 constituents on a development project in Tucker. You know, we were talking about litter. I spent 20 years in the Marine Corps, and the first thing I learned in basic training was something called police call. And police call is not what you think. At police call, everybody lines up 10 foot apart, and you walk across the base, and you're responsible to pick that litter up 5 feet on each side of you. And that happens 3 times a day. You go onto a military base, you do not see litter. And one of the worst problems we have on our streets is litter, and the biggest one is cigarette butts. This intergovernmental agreement is great. Michael Thurman, Superintendent Thurman, and Interim CEO Lee May, with that intergovernmental agreement is a great thing. The students be involved, 50 schools. We need to get all 139 of the schools involved in it. Commissioner Jester would encourage both the staff and the students to increase recycling in their classrooms and their home. Recycling is smart for both of us and the environment, and it saves tax dollars. On behalf of Commissioner Jester, thank you for your support on the recycling efforts.
Thank you, Ron. At this time, I'd like to welcome Gordon Birkat, who is Program Manager for Keep DeKalb Beautiful, and he'll give us an update on the recycling partnership between the DeKalb County Government and DeKalb County Schools.
Thank you, Pauline. First, I'd like to say it's always better when we work together, okay? Always better when we work together. This partnership would not have happened without the leadership that we have both at on the school side and on DeKalb County Government side. So I'd like for everybody to give our leadership here a hand for their leadership in this process. Our group, Keep DeKalb Beautiful, is responsible for recycling education and advocacy. And that's how we've been involved with this. So as you see on this display up here, that container in the middle there, we want one of those in every single classroom in DeKalb County, okay? I know many of you have already seen these in your schools, but we're gonna do all of them. And like the CEO said earlier, we're at 50 today, about 2,000 classrooms as we speak, and before the end of this year, we should be in all of those schools doing this same thing, practicing the efforts of recycling, making it simple. And also, the reason why we want to do this in the classroom, because we want you to learn this behavior, be comfortable with it, and then take it home to your parents, take it home to your siblings, your grandparents, etc. Teach them how to do these same things. Share with them why it's important, okay? I want to tell you why it is important, especially to the young people in this room today. Number one, it saves schools money, okay? When you spend money outside the classroom, that means you can't spend money inside the classroom. By providing this opportunity, reducing those costs outside the classroom, they're able to put more into what you all are doing in the classrooms each day. This effort is to expose you to all the importance of recycling and the protection of our environment. When we litter, that material ends up in our streams, it ends up in our front yards, it ends up in our catch basins, it contaminates our water, it changes the quality of our air, and how we feel about where we live and where we spend our time. And how many of you like to spend time in an area that's dirty, that's not your room? All right? No one. So we want to make sure that we keep our areas clean, so people want to spend time there, people want to have jobs in those areas, and live in those communities as well. We want to change the way you think about how you consume materials. So when you stop at the convenience store and you get a soda, what do you do with that container after you're done with it? What does it mean to you? And then also, I think this is most important for you all as young people here, it gives you exposure to the job opportunities associated with recycling. All of you at some point in the near future, if you don't have a job today, will be looking for one. And the recycling industry is a growing industry, and it's local, okay? And it's also dependent upon the people in that community to participate. So because you're recycling in your home and in the schools, that provides raw materials to the industries that will be locating in and around DeKalb County. Those places that you'll be looking for jobs, and your parents as well. And not just jobs, but opportunities to create and make a real difference. The jobs that we're talking about are from CDL drivers to entrepreneurs. There are a lot of materials that we recycle today that there are not markets for. A market means that it's a place that we can take it and it can be processed into something new, okay? So my issue to each and every one of you young people in this group here today is to look at what's being recycled. I want you to think about how we could use those materials in the future. And if you figure that idea out, you'll be a wealthy person and you'll be creating jobs in this community. Last but not least, I want to make sure that I thank Tony Blackman and Nikki for their support in this process. Without the two of you, we would not have a program. So thank you for that continued supporting relationship. And now we will have the official signing.
Thank you, Gordon. At this time, we'll have the symbolic signing of the Intergovernmental Agreement. The Board of Commissioners presiding officer, Larry Johnson, Commissioner Watson, and Tony Blackman on behalf of the DeKalb County School District.
All right, on behalf of DeKalb County, we appreciate this partnership. We are glad that we're in it. It all starts with our young people in our schools, and we're hoping that we can work to make things happen more. And so we appreciate this partnership. So I sign it symbolically on behalf of DeKalb County and all that we do to make a difference.
And we are excited about the partnership, and we look forward to the program's growth.
Left-handers that signed this today. All right. Thank you all for your time. Let's continue to do good. And y'all want to stay on? No, y'all just came back. So you gotta go. Good night.